Alright, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it's worth. Let's get this merch. Subscribe to the PDH Network. Alright, the Young Dolph Makedas case continues. Reason why I made this video, y'all see the thumbnail. Y'all read the title under the thumbnail. This is the lawyers insinuating that either Cornelius Smith or Justin Johnson could take the stand on one another. Now, they basically saying that it happens and they don't know when, you know what I'm saying? Because they going off of a period of time that these guys can be behind bars and start to feel a little agitated, start to feel a little tense, you know what I'm saying? Start to feeling like the walls are closing in on them. So this is what happens, you know what I'm saying? Again, when you're faced with pressure like this, especially when it's dealing with the magnitude of this case, you know what I'm saying? Of Young Dolph. As always, rest in peace to Young Dolph. Condolences to the family. Shout out to the Paper Route Empire. And much love to all my folks in Dolphland. Let's get back to the story at hand. Yeah, so y'all have to understand, again, the reason why the lawyers are insinuating that either Justin Johnson or Cornelius Smith could take the stand against one another. You know what I'm saying? And they don't know to tell what. Only they know what's only Justin Johnson, Str8 Dropp, and Cornelius Smith know what's on their own mind. You know what I'm saying? Again, especially dealing with the magnitude of this case, you know. So I know you guys also heard that the judge even stated himself that the trial could take up to 3 years. Not only the judge stated this, but also, you know, the lawyer and a lot of other people that understand, again, how long an M1 case can go on dealing with when you have to go along with the process. Again, you have to go along with, like, because it's an M1, they're not going to skip steps based on it being a high-profile case or a less than a high-profile case. They're still going to properly take the steps to resolve whatever is going on based on, again, if someone is found guilty, if they can really connect the dots on who really is playing this chess game at play, you know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why the lawyers are even stating, basically telling the public to be patient. It could take up to 2-3 years, but in that time, don't be, how can we say, a little thrown off if, again, if one of their clients take the stand against one another, you know what I'm saying? Detailing who is connected to who, you know what I'm saying? Because, again, only they know who they are connected to. Only Str8 Dropp knows who sent him to Young Dolph from the beginning, you know? Yes, we know that Str8 Dropp had a friendship with Key Glock, you know, but from my understanding, it wasn't that tight knit. And y'all have to understand, that's even more reason that Str8 Dropp could get in a loophole by saying, yeah, I'm, you know, Key Glock homeboy, or guys even noticing because they hang around each other all the time, that just is what it is. But when Str8 Dropp, you know, when he went back home, or when he left Key Glock and went back home to doing what he do, you know, nobody knows who approached him to say, hey, can you watch Young Dolph and see what he doing in the studio? Like, come on, man. Like, really got to pay attention here. It's real. It get real like that. Like, people will set up modes and you don't even know the whole time why that person was around you or was in the studio at different times or at different events. You know, again, you just thinking that they picking up information to become the next rapper. You know, you're not knowing the whole time. Nah, it's really to have insight on your moves. You know, similar to Justin Johnson. Similar to Cornelius Smith. Now, we know that his association is dealing with Lil Migo, and Lil Migo is tied in with CMG and the Heavy Camp on that side, you know? So, but those two entities, those two people, Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith, they know well who gave them that bag to take the spot to be in that position. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, we know we can align photos. You know, we've been looking at photos for a very long time on social media. So dealing with that, I'm very sure people can look at the one angle that they keep showing us and say, that's not Str8 Dropp and that's not Cornelius Smith. You know, they said Str8 Dropp had a little height on it, but I don't think up to 6 something. Like that guy in that picture look around 6'2", 6'3". You know, the other guy looks a little skinny, flimsy, and that don't even fit the mold of Cornelius Smith or Str8 Dropp. So, you know, who could that be? And who gave them guys the bag to take that position while the guys who really did the hit, they kicking their feet up? So that's the reason why it's a lot going on. And again, they're witnesses. They saying they don't know what's really gonna come about when they really hear the sentencing. You know what I'm saying? Or when they get to the trial date, or you know what I'm saying, they tell them that they already told them that they could face up 20 years or more, or get the DEAF penalty. You know what I'm saying? So once they get the DEAF penalty, you know what I'm saying? Once they understand the magnitude of that, and that, no, it's really real, I believe the mindset's gonna change. And I think this is what the lawyers are saying. Right now, it hasn't set in with them, but in time, we gonna see, because they haven't been sitting in there for a year yet. So let a year or two pass and see, what's gonna be said. Because in that time, we will continue to have the bond hearing that will go into the trial, that will go into the other process of this whole Young Dolph scenario. And with that being said, with the lawyers dealing with how much information they can collect to try to, we could say, to defend their clients, it will show based on what kind of deal they are willing to take. You know what I'm saying? So let's just say, for example, that we know that they really don't have no fingerprints, anything ballistics on Justin Johnson or Cornelius Smith, right? So the lawyers is going to say they automatically is going to plead to the lesser charge. And right now, the only lesser charge that they have is the priors that they had before this Young Dolph case happened. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that they both had priors. You know what I'm saying? One had a driving a stolen vehicle, with a hand when they had a blicky on them. The other one as well, they was involved in a couple carjackings and a shooting that happened about a year or two ago. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, and that they were still on papers while this was happening. Str8 Dropp was still on papers while the whole, Young Dolph situation happened. So what I'm saying is, let's say they can't find anything dealing with them specifically on the Young Dolph case. They're going to charge them dealing with the priors they already had. That's what I'm basically saying, to sum it all up. But now, so it's going to look like they got charged for the Young Dolph case, but it wasn't, because they're not going to say in one. They're just going to read like, yeah, got caught with a legal blicky and things of that nature. Just going to read off. It's not going to be really attached to the Young Dolph, case, right? But let's say if they do find something on them, like you will hear like the lawyers are going to take a little less than the highest. So let's say they say you get the DEAF penalty, or even 25 years to life, right? Lawyers are going to say 15 years to life, even though they know, because their client is guilty and they have the evidence to show that, right? So they're going to go 15 years to life, and at 15 years, they can get paroled out. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, that's how it works in situations. You know what I'm saying? And right now, that may seem the case. And like I told y'all before, it's leaning more towards Str8 Dropp to take that 15, you know what I'm saying? Because everything is still being, aimed at him as being the main guy. You know what I'm saying? So again, This whole video is based on, that the lawyers, they believe that either one of them could take the stand against each other. You know what I'm saying? But as always, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it's worth. Let's get this merch. Subscribe to the PDH Network.